We should really pivot to the New York teams because there's going to be a lot going on day one. As we've said, we think Carter's going to the Giants. I think Membu is going to the Jets, but there are some people who got Tyler Warren, the standout tight end from Penn State, going to the Jets. But nowhere in that top 10 conversation did we get to the team closest to Syracuse, the Bills. They really need a cornerback. They've hosted a lot of them. The most noteworthy for me is Maxwell Hairston out of Kentucky. He's really fast. There's Trey Amos out of Ole Miss. You think Hairston's fast? Well, Amos was a track star. Tennessee is, by all accounts, ESPN's own Adam Schefter has reported this. They're not moving out of one. It was always considered a long shot. And on behalf of the 2025 draft class, of which I have no personal investment in, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You're calling this a weak draft class because it's not an elite quarterback class. And look, everybody's been talking about Shedeur Sanders this, Shedeur Sanders that. I don't necessarily think he's a bad quarterback. I don't necessarily think he's a world beater. I think there's a very real possibility he's Teddy Bridgewater. But this is not the Shedeur Sanders show. This draft is about meat and potatoes. This is about getting starters. It's about getting bigger on your offensive and defensive line. That's how championships are won. There are 4 edge rushers in this draft class, at least, with not only Pro Bowl potential, but potentially all-pro potential. It's time for the Cleveland Browns to accept the fact that, and we've all known this for a very long time, they are never destined to have a franchise quarterback. Now, true, they had Baker Mayfield. And they could have kept Baker Mayfield and they'd be fine, and then I wouldn't be saying this. But obviously they didn't do that. So this is my take here.
And then he went 98 yards on 2 days' notice.
If you can't have a quarterback, nobody else can have a quarterback. Abdul Carter or Myles Garrett will be quarterback killers.
Yeah.
I think that's the way I would go. But I know for the purposes of our mock draft, we got Cam Ward 1, and I think we all agree that Travis Hunter will go 2, even if we don't think he should.
That fight had just ended at the Dave & Buster's when the news broke that Luka Doncic got traded to the LA Lakers for Anthony Davis.
Well, first off, I just want to mention how you slid in the fact that you were at a Dave & Buster's there, real casual, like we wouldn't notice.
and best place to watch the fights, man. You don't got to pay that pay-per-view.
I got a lot of
big screens.
Yes, but
good food.
We're not sponsored by Dave & Buster's, by the way.
There's a lot of jokes. I can't go down that rabbit hole right now. We'll do it at the break. But look, I remember where I was because I was at Kitty Hoynes, downtown in Syracuse. I wasn't at Dave & Buster's playing video games and watching the fight in between. But this is what I'll tell you. The reaction there was just as shocked. You went anywhere in Syracuse and anywhere in the country, and the reactions were just... It's indescribable. This is the most colossal mistake probably in the history of the modern NBA. And I'm just glad that my New York Knicks aren't the ones that made it.
Well,
and I know Starling's capable, but his performance has been lackluster.
He's on an island when Lampkin's not playing that well. I didn't really have an issue with his shooting against UNC. I thought it was fine. Gets to the line a lot,
Yeah.
Your stars aren't always going to be the most efficient from the field. But he wasn't just playing on an island. He was playing on Gilligan's Island. There was nobody else there.
Yeah,